Welcome into an On the Bench digital exclusive. I'm Nick Luttrell, the CitrusTV men's lacrosse beat reporter, and joining me today is UAlbany head coach Scott Marr. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you having me on, man.
Now, on Thursday, your team is going up against Syracuse. In your few days of preparation, what have you seen out of the Orange?
Well, I mean, as any Syracuse team that we've played in the past, they're an ACC team, athletic. Just two big, strong athletes for sure. But obviously, you have a couple of really high-end players in Tucker Dordovic and the Curry kid. Just absolute studs as far as their athletic ability. Again, it's a solid team. And they have multiple ways to attack you and to get after you. It's an athletic team. It's an ACC team, and they can get up and down the field, and a lot of skilled players for sure.
And this is a Syracuse team that's been pretty inconsistent this season. How do you think that affects the way you guys are, I guess, mentally preparing for this game?
Doesn't affect it one bit. We really don't worry about so much our opponent, you know what I mean? Regardless if it's Syracuse, Maryland, Stony Brook. We prepare ourselves each week, the first three parts of the three days of the week, basically just working on ourselves. We self-scout. We work on things that we need to improve on from our previous game. I've always felt like if we go out and do our job and do what we're supposed to do, then, we'll be prepared for every team. You play long enough to see enough, packages and schemes and all kind of stuff, so we're more than halfway through the season right now. So we've seen a lot of different things. Again, it just comes down to a lot, just basic stuff, ground balls, playing fundamental, good lacrosse, putting the ball in the back of the net and keeping it out as much as we can.
Now, switching the focus to your team, you mentioned you guys are a little over halfway through the season. You've been the coach there. This is your 22nd season. What do you think is different about this team that makes them a little unique compared to your past teams?
Well, I think it's a different team in the sense of, we're pretty young on the offensive side of the ball. We lost 6 or 7 of our top, 10 offensive players from last year's team. We lost player of the year in our conference, Jacob Patterson, Dohogan Nanakok, Ron John, Kyle Casey. We lost a good amount of scoring players. So, we've really had to retool this year as far as our offense and find some new leaders. And, it's taken us a little bit of time to get adjusted to that, but we're starting to see some really good signs of how our offense is playing. We've been sharing the ball really well our last 3 or 4 games, and a lot of our goals are assisted. So we're starting to play lacrosse like we're accustomed to here at Albany. And then defensively too, we've kind of gone through a couple different schemes and different ideas, and we've kind of settled on a couple different looks for ourselves defensively, and we've gotten better the last couple of games. So, we've kind of been a little bit of a work in progress. I do think this team is probably a year or so away from being at its peak. Like I said, a lot of young players on the offensive side of the ball, but I'm pleased with how hard we work every day in practice and our attitude and our effort when we come to play a game.
Yeah, and then you mentioned your defense. One of those defensive players, Jake Pacino, the long stick midi, leads the American East in caused turnovers per game. How big has it been? How big has he been for you for your team this season?
Well, Jake's been a consistent player, since he's been here. He's a third-year player. Again, he causes a lot of havoc. He's a very athletic kid. He's got great stick skills. Has the ability to get in lanes and pick off passes, does a great job of picking off passes. So, he's kind of a little bit of a spark plug for us, to be honest. He makes a lot of plays in between the lines. He gets involved in our transition very well. He has a couple of points already this year, a couple of goals. So, he's one of those players that kind of, is an energy guy for us. He makes a good play, it kind of spreads throughout the whole team, and, really makes us he makes us go in a sense.
And at the Face-Off X, you've got 2 different guys who have been getting some of the reps this year, Nick Carnes and Regan Enders. Both Vogos have just under a 50% face-off percentage. How are you preparing those guys, knowing the tall task that lies ahead in SU's Jacob Fopp?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the face-off is key to any game, and we're certainly, again, just under 50%, but I think, Saturday or Thursday's game will come down to a lot of timely stuff. You know what I mean? When we can win faceoffs, if we can get a couple in a row and give us a chance to get on a little bit of a roll, maybe, or stop their roll if they're on one. So, obviously, again, the faceoff plays such a huge role But Regan and Nick both are competitors, and Nick is a transfer from junior college. He just got here in January, so he's improving every game. And Regan, the same thing. He's been pretty steady for us for a couple of years now.
Coach, Syracuse and UAlbany have played 19 times, but never anywhere but the Carrier Dome. Thursday night, that will change. Simply put, Coach, how big will it be playing this game under the lights at Casey Stadium?
I think for our community, it's awesome. For Syracuse to finally get on a bus and come to us and play us on our home turf and give our fans here in the Capital Region just an opportunity to see the game played at the highest level, and obviously bringing in Syracuse as one of the most storied programs in the history of the game. It's a really proud moment for us as a university, being so young in Division I. To bring teams like Maryland and now Syracuse to our campus and share them with the Capital Region.
Awesome. Now, last question for you, Coach. What needs to happen for you guys to pull off the upset against Syracuse on Thursday night?
We just have to, we got to go out and execute. We got to fundamentally be pretty sound. We got to avoid turnovers, obviously. Again, just basic good lacrosse. We got to win some faceoffs, got to get some ground balls. But I think a lot comes down to just our overall energy, and how hard we play. I think if we play to our ability and we play, with a good positive attitude and 100% effort, we're going to be in the ball game. So, we're excited for us, for the challenge, and obviously again, bringing Syracuse here is a great thrill for our area, and can't wait to have them here.
Coach Marr, thanks for joining us. The Great Danes and the Orange will face off Thursday night at 7. You can follow my Twitter at Nick Ludy for live updates throughout that game. And make sure to watch the full episode of this week's On the Bench show on Citrus TV's YouTube channel. Once again, Albany head coach Scott Marr. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.